Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is hautemesstom and thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are new here, my channel is all about loving my collection as it currently is, being critical of new makeup releases, and being considerate about what we bring into our makeup collection. I'm currently doing a beauty budget for 2022, so if you are interested in that kind of content, be sure to subscribe. We appreciate a like. A like is a free way to support me without even having to subscribe. You can just like the video and move along. And I am also on Patreon if you would like to support me there. My beautiful, wonderful patrons are the people who support me and allow me to be able to buy new things to not only try for myself, but to review and give you my thoughts on them. All right. I am incredibly late on a February budget check-in. Yes, I'm saying February. It is the end of March. But I figure we can kind of do a twofer here. This is like my February and March check-in because we're going to make a promise. I haven't bought anything in the month of March. I just haven't bought anything this month. And I can promise to you that I will not buy anything until the beginning of April. I bought mascara should I decide to buy something. We'll have a greater conversation about why I didn't buy anything this month later on in the video. Let's talk about what I did buy in February because I did make two purchases. How I do my beauty budget check-ins, I'm going to tell you what I spent, where I'm at, what the next month is going to look like, and then review sort of the products that I bought in the month, the previous month. So the previous month being February, and also not doing anything in March because I haven't bought anything, will not be buying anything from now until the end of the month. We're all caught up. Okay, so I did end up buying two different items. Well, it ends up being three items in total, but I made two different purchases. The first thing I purchased was a set of Silly George lashes from a local beauty store called The Gilded Girl. It ended up being $53 total. I don't know if that was the exact amount, but I remember it being $53. I have my receipt somewhere, but I know that was the amount that I spent. And then I also made a purchase from uninspired to buy the Hella palette, the collaboration with Angie. I'm not going to belabor my review on the Odin's Eye palette in this video because just yesterday or just recently, I don't know when it went up, I did a detailed review of the Hella palette. So if you were really interested in that, check the link up in the cards and the link in the description, however you want to do it, to go check out that video. So that's there for you if you are interested in my thoughts on it. I believe that palette it's currently on sale. If it's not sold out, it was supposed to restock on the 22nd. The Hella palette did earn its place in my collection. I will be keeping it in my collection. I did buy, here are the lashes from Silly George. These are in the style Hallie, and I already have worn these and have trimmed them, and I've used them in a couple videos. So that's what they look like. And then I also have, this is a clear liner adhesive. They also make a black one, but I bought the clear, well, I think that the store only had the clear one. So this is the clear one. And the idea is that you just draw along your lash line and then apply the lashes. Not with any kind of haste, but you don't have to wait. The trickiness of a traditional lash application is that you have to wait for the glue to get tacky. It's a little bit hard to get that placement right. So this does solve the problem of the wait time. Like, how long do I have to wait before I put the lash on? Because it's basically you draw this on and then you put the lash on. However, I did feel like it never felt like enough adhesive, and I like these. They are added to my collection, but I do still feel like there is some figuring out what you're doing when you're using it. Like it doesn't really, to me, it solves a lot of the problems of the traditional way to apply eyelashes, like false eyelashes, but it also creates some new problems because you still have to figure out the placement of them on your lash. And if you've never trimmed your lashes, that's something that takes a little bit, not a lot of time, but you have to trim them, and then you also have to figure out what angle you want the lashes to sit on your eyelash. So it's good. It was expensive. This is $53 for the set of them. This is an Australian brand. I have linked them in my description before. I don't know if that money, I don't know. It looked more expensive on their website than what I paid for it, but it could have been in Australian dollars. I think that all of the lash styles they have are really pretty. So And they're supposed to, I believe, have up to 50 or 40 wears. You're supposed to just be able to reuse them quite a bit before deciding to toss them. And then this should match the amount of applications of the one. So like, it's like the idea is that you should always be buying both. I don't wear lashes enough to like burn through this, right? So like I still have many uses left of this, but I do think I prefer this lash adhesive to traditional lashes adhesive because it is just a bit easier, but it's still something you're going to have to play with. If you're not good at lashes already, I don't think that this is going to immediately resolve your problem. I still think you're going to have to practice with this. So take that for what it is. And the one night I did wear these lashes out and I wasn't dancing or anything. And when I got home, the one lash was like holding on by a thread. And I was like, I don't know how long it's been like that. But I do think it's because I laugh with my eyes closed and I was having a good time. I was out with friends. And I think whenever I do like that, like close my eyes and I'm like laughing really hard, maybe I just am not built to wear false lashes. Anyway, so it survived, but barely. And I don't know how long it was holding on by a thread. That could have been at the end of the night. You know, like, I don't know. I was drinking. So who knows? I'm not fully recommending this, but I will say it's not a regret purchase. It's just not, I think that this brand wants to think that like they're revolutionizing your life by making it so easy to put on eyelashes. And while it's easier, I don't think it's like revolutionized it that much that someone who is afraid of putting on eyelashes is immediately going to pick this up and get it right away. I do still think that there's still some practice that needs to be done using these two things together. Let's talk about why I haven't bought anything this month. I have never been more uninspired with new makeup releases and what's going on in the world of makeup than I have basically this whole year. And I was wondering, I had been slacking on posting videos, but I was putting out videos and I didn't feel like I was enjoying it as much. But I don't feel like it was burnout. I just feel like I don't want to talk about this because I'm not inspired by it right now. And it's not that I wasn't wearing makeup in the times where I wasn't really posting as much. No, I still love makeup, but there's something about continual releases, even as someone who is trying to buy less, being inspired by what is going on in the makeup industry and then replicating that with what I have is a lot of fun. So seeing that kind of artistry or seeing what color stories brands are putting together and going, I have something similar to that is really inspiring. But I wasn't being inspired to even look at my collection and be like, what is popular? What do I have to emulate what's popular? And I think that was really kind of the bigger problem. But I also, as many other creators, I at least the creators who I feel like I appreciate and admire, have made the commentary like, it does feel really frivolous to be online. And also I find being online really triggering sometimes in this, the way the state of everything is. And I like, in so many ways beyond just like the surface level. So not only that, I also like, I don't need to explain myself to you because I have my own personal life and I can choose to post when I want. So I'm not trying to say that to be like rude. I'm just saying like this, I am going to take the time a little bit to explain why I haven't been posting as much, is that my personal life has really taken off too. Like not that I wasn't having a good personal life before, but there's like new romance in my life and there are rekindling some of my friendships, and some of my friendships I feel like are burning out. So there's just like a lot of things going on that aren't related to this that like really have affected me and what I have the capacity to do. So I just didn't have the brain power. And another thing was that work really got busy, like much busier than we had been in a really long time. And it was like kind of out of the blue. And there was no spillover into my personal life, but it just was getting to the point where like I would get at the end of my workday and be like, I don't want to sit in front of a computer anymore, and I don't have the will to do that beyond like on top of already being uninspired by the makeup industry at large. I was like, now I'm tired and I don't feel inspired to do this. So it just like wasn't happening. And I will say this, I was also feeling overwhelmed with the amount of commitments I have. For those of you who do not know, because I know that some people are just here about the makeup, some people are here for me. I do like a lot of things that are internet content. So I have well, I was on 2 podcasts, but I did decide to step away from one because YouTube is actually something that I really want to keep doing and want to have the energy to do and want to have the focus for. So I did step away from my podcast, Messy Mondays, with my friend Zach. It's amicable. So I just was like, hey, I think I need to drop something. And unfortunately it has to be this, because Collect was something I was doing before Messy Mondays, and it was just like more of the project that I needed to focus my energy on if I was going to keep one of my podcasts. And also, the way we have Recollect set up is like we're actually doing a really good job getting ahead of the game. We are actually pre-recording enough in advance. By the end of May, we will have enough content pre-recorded already to get us all the way through the middle of October, and we will start recording again in September. So we will have about like 3.5 months where we're not recording at all. So that will also give me more time to be focused on my YouTube channel. But I obviously don't want to lose momentum from now until May. So basically, I just like was uninspired, and that was kind of what happened, and that's why I don't feel like buying anything. But I have seen that it looks like the releases are starting to really pick up. So I will have another critical sass for you at the end of this week, or I don't know when I'm posting this, but sometime in the near future there will be a critical sass, and I have a lot to say about at least one particular release. So I'm looking forward to doing a critical sass again. I'm feeling inspired again. I feel so good. And it might be because of daylight savings times. I'm sitting in front of a window, and so the light comes in and out, but I also have studio lights on. So it's been interesting seeing what's happening. But like having the light for longer is also really inspiring, but also because it's light longer, it makes me want to see people while it's light out, as opposed to when it gets dark right after work. It's like, no one wants to hang out anyway, I'm going to just go record. So that's what's been going on. That's where I've been. That's why I haven't been spending money on makeup. That's kind of the full 360. So I already mentioned that I'm going to keep both the Hella palette and the Silly George lashes and the adhesive in my collection, but I also have a couple things that I will be removing from my collection. So I'm getting rid of 2 things from my collection. I actually just took an inventory of my collection, and I saw some things that I was just like, you know what, I think it is time for me to let go. The first thing is the Iced Out highlighter from ABH. Now, this is not something I hate. I know a lot of people really have come to hate this highlighter. I don't actually hate it. The thing is, I don't love it either, and it's not something I reach for often. There is a time and a place for this, but I do think I have eyeshadows that can emulate this if I really wanted this iced gold look. I probably would like the effect of those better, but ABH is not looking good, not feeling good to be supporting, and I do realize that they already have my money, so, but it's kind of like a combination of the ick as well as it being like an okay product, and it's just like, I don't need that. I don't need that, and I think that the ick of it all is also going to make me not reach for this, but I do believe that there is someone in my life that I can pass this on to that will not have the same ick about it, and also won't know about all of the controversy going on with this particular brand right now. So I think that that's okay. I'm going to just move along, but I'm not getting rid of my Jackie Aina palette, which is a palette that I think is really beautiful. I really love the performance of, because I think it's a high quality product. That's why I'm not getting the same ick about it. This is just okay, and I have the ick, and I'm like, it's okay. Moving on. I don't need it in my collection anymore. The other thing I'm going to be getting rid of is, this is from Ritual Defy. This is the shade Ceruleum. It's a crystalline matte eye set. This was a limited edition shade. This is gorgeous, but it creases really, really badly. And I do think it's one of those things that would be really great if I did photography makeup, and specifically for photography, but I never, like, I do sometimes put on my makeup and take it off right immediately, or if I'm having makeup playtime. This is so high impact and beautiful upon first application. It looks so, so good. However, I do want to be able to wear my makeup like out and about and have longevity with it, and this just doesn't have that. It's a really beautiful product. I think if you are someone who does editorial photo shoots as a makeup artist, I think there's like a lot of value in this type of product. But for me, as someone who is more of an everyday consumer and I'm putting on makeup to wear not only for longevity for going out and about, but like sometimes I record 2, 3, 4 videos in a day, and this would crease by before the end of the first one. So it just doesn't have a lot of value in my collection right now for what I do with my makeup. 2 in, 2 out. I wasn't expecting to really have that balance. I actually really wasn't expecting to get rid of anything, but when I was going through my makeup collection today, I was like, oh yeah, like this can go, and I don't think I'm gonna like replace these with anything. Like I don't feel like the need that I don't feel like I'm like losing something in my collection that I'm like it's invaluable to me. So that's that. If you enjoyed today's video, I would love to have you subscribe if you aren't already. Like go ahead and do that, and then you can see my videos when they pop up all the time. Like I said, we're really focused on keeping our collection small, being reasonable about what we bring in. I'm not saying that we shouldn't buy anything, but a lot of people that are subscribed to me are either on no buys or low buys or budgeting just like me. So I do have a small little community here who will definitely help you through in the comments, as well as me. I'll respond to you in the comment section too if you are on one of those journeys. So I'm here to support you. And oh, I think I didn't talk about this, but because I didn't buy anything in March, I think I'll have something like $300. It would have been on the screen. I flash up the numbers so you can see that. So you should have seen that already. I also am on Patreon if you want to support me there. I use the patrons as part of my budget. Every month I add $100. It's like a rotating, like it's a cumulative. So if I don't spend the money, it rolls over into the next month. So my patrons help me out with that. I match whatever I need to make it $100 even that I'm adding to the pot. And that's how that works. So check out my Patreon if you can support me there. Every level gets the same stuff. So it's not like it's pay what you can if you want to. I appreciate it at any level. I appreciate you just watching my videos. There's no pressure to do that. Finally, I have my podcast, my music podcast with my friend Tiffany called Recollect on Spotify. It's really fun. We talk about music. Is it good? Is it bad? Period. Full stop. It's a lot of fun. Go check that out. And that's it. I'm done. My mouth has been running. Now I'm going to do a whole long swatch party, which I don't know that I'm actually that thrilled about it, but I need swatch footage, so it's gonna happen whether I want it to or not. So we're gonna make it happen. Remember to follow your heart. Oh no, that's not the thing. Follow your haute, and you'll find me. I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.